Paper 2, question 8. The diagram shows the plan of a playground. Bill is going to cover the playground with tarmac, so instantly after that sentence, covering this tarmac, you're covering a space. This is an area question. It costs £2.56 to cover each square metre with tarmac. So 1 metre squared is the equivalent of paying £2.56. Work out the total cost of the tarmac Bill needs. Before we apply this, we need to figure out what the area of that is. Looking at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, it is a pentagon. There is no real simple formula for finding the area of a pentagon. That shape is technically something that you shouldn't really know the name of aside from that. It's known as a composite shape. Composite shapes you need to break up into nicer pieces, into nicer shapes that you know how to find the area of. In this case, if I draw a line across here, that takes care of this, that leaves us with a rectangle, and then if I join it up down the way, so I create a right angle triangle here and a rectangle there, that gives me what I need, like so. In any composite area problem, label the sides that you do. You don't just do the workings for one area and another. With this A equals, you need to stipulate or differentiate between what each A means. So if I have 1 here and 2 there and 3 there, it means that when I do my A workings, all I have to do is put a little 1 to tell the examiner of what area it is I'm finding. Make sure that when you put any labels, you do it underneath, kind of bottom right of the value. Don't put it up top, otherwise it will look like a power or an index. So the area of shape 1 here, rectangle, 80 by 30, 80 times 30, giving me 2,400 meters squared. The area of 3, I'll do 3 before 2 just because it's easier. This height here, this is 30 for that height and this hole is 60. That leaves us here with 30 meters. 30 by 40, giving me 1,200. And finally, the triangle we've got here, that length of 50 is technically useless to us because it describes the hypotenuse. When you're finding the area of any shape, you need lengths that are perpendicular to each other. So the base times the height in a triangle, sure, if you look at it sideways, that is the base, and we would need to figure out this height, but you're leading yourself down a garden path that's going to take you a long time to figure it out. What we can use is the fact that we figured that out is 30 and that is 30, we know that. And if the whole width is 80 and this width is 40, that leaves us with 40 there. Some of you might recognise the fact that 3, 4, 5 being a Pythagorean triple, that works out quite nicely. The 30 and the 40 are what I'm going to use for that area. Because it's a triangle, it's half of base times height. So it's half of 30 times 40. 30 times 40 gives us 1,200. Half of that is 600 meters squared. Taking that back here, all of those areas add together to give you this shape. So I had 2,400, was it? 2,400 for the big piece here. I had 1,200 for a little bit there and 600 there. So I'm going to add all these together. You could just write area or a little t for total, whatever you choose. But again, make sure that it's different from all the area stuff you've done before. The total of all these areas is 4,200 meters squared. 1 meter squared costs £2.56. So in order to find the cost for this, we're going to have to multiply 4,200 and £2.56. So C is 4,200 times 2.56, 10,752 pounds to tarmac that area.